for everybody who's here, because more you hear, it kind of reinforces, and so that way there is no, I don't think there is a concern that we are drifting. I think that is important. And most people have opted for going the detailed path with the discussions.
Everybody
That
was
is,
here because
I mean, but for a couple of us, everybody want option two. So you can keep that in mind as you go forward.
Okay then. Yeah. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. Yeah, dear devotees, we were discussing the Mundaka Upanishad, and if you remember, Mahashala, the great householder, Shaunaka inquired or questioned the guru called Angirasa, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vignatam Sarvam Vidam Vignatam Bhavati. By knowing one, how everything will be known. Can you tell me what is that one? So then Angirasa started teaching. Then two types of vidya we discussed, Paravidya and Aparavidya. And the list of Paravidya and Aparavidya also has been discussed in the previous class. Now, after discussing, if you remember in the previous verse, previous mantra, we tried to discuss who is Ishvara, or basically who is God or what is God. After discussing like who is the Jagat Karana, who is the source of the entire creation, is what the Aksharam. According to the Mundaka Upanishad, they have used the word Aksharam, we remember. Now, the imperishable, the Aksharam is the source of creation. How the question may come? How God can create the world? If you say, oh, God is a all-powerful, he has created the world just by his wish or whatever he can do. He doesn't need anything. People, there are some philosophies have told. And Semitic religions also more or less, they tell same thing. Now, Advaita Vedanta, based on the Vedas and Upanishads, they have given the philosophical approach or the philosophical steps. Now, the God has created, though we use it, it is not actually creation, it is a projection. So God has appearing as many. So that is what the idea, basic philosophical thought has been given by the Upanishads and Advaita Vedanta also. That is what Mundaka Upanishad is going to say. Now, one important question may come for all of you, or if you are serious students, you will get that question. Swamiji, you said, or Advaita Vedanta says, there is only consciousness. There is only Brahman. There is only Atman. If so, then why are we going to discuss? Why are we going to discuss about the world and its evolution? What is the necessity? When there is nothing, when there is something is not there, then how did it come into existence? What is the use? And what is the utility in discussing? This question may come, or it should come for all of us as sincere and serious students. So here it is very clear, we have to understand that, yes, though it is fact, but many of us may have the intellectual hunger, intellectual quest. If the consciousness or the Brahman alone is true, if it is alone is real, then we are perceiving, experiencing this mundane universe. Then what is that? How did it come into existence? When did it come into existence? Why did it come into existence? All these questions may boggle our mind. So by answering that, the Rishis, our gurus, will be able to take us forward intellectually, forward towards the truth. That is the main intention. So when these intellectual quests are taken care, fulfilled, then we'll be able to move towards the God or towards the self or towards the Brahman. So that is the final intention of the Rishis. That is why we are all discussing, all these discussions are happening. Just for an example, when you know that you like sweet, but at the same time you want to get rid of sweet, then when doctor says that like sweet contains so much sugar, so much cholesterol, and bad cholesterol especially, and all these things are not good for your health, which can create a lot of problems for your health. If not all, many of us may reduce taking the sweets, may reduce our desire to taking the sweets. So the knowledge of the sweet can help us to control, to curb the desire to have the sweets. So similarly, when we get the knowledge about the creation, about the world and its nature, and objects and all, then attachment to the world will reduce, may reduce. So to keeping this in the mind, Rishis or Upanishad seers are trying to explain all these things. Now, this is also often quoted verse, often quoted mantra. Yathona nabi sujate grunhate cha yatha prithivyaam oshadaya sambhavanti yata satah purushat keshalomani tataksharat sambhavatiha vishwam. As a spider spreads out and withdraws its thread, as on the earth grow the herbs, and as from a living human being issues out hair, so out of the imperishable, the Aksharam, does the universe emerge. So how this universe has been emerged? There's a Big Bang theory, for an example. Oh, there was a bang, and that's how the creation started. Now here, according to the Mundaka, from Aksharam, from Ishvara, from Brahman, the whole world has been emerged. So that means what? Jagat Karanam Ishvaraha. Who is the cause for the creation of this world, or the projection, or the emerging of the world? If you ask, the Mundaka Upanishad, it is saying that it is Aksharam or Ishvara. So, and also this mantra is giving a hidden meaning for all of us, that God is everywhere. Because if the God is the creator, God is the source of creation, that means God is there in every part of the creation. So that's what we can see in the Bhakta Prahalada and his father's conversation. So whether your Vishnu is there, yes. In the pillar, yes. In the fire, in the water, everywhere. So God is everywhere. In my house, in the temple, or in my room, or in me, or in the sofa, where I'm sitting, everywhere. So we can use this philosophy as to practice the presence of the God. So when we say God is the source of creation, the whole creation has been emerged from the God, from the Aksharam. What does it mean? That means God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. God is in everything. And also, he is beyond space and time. So his subject and is beyond space and time. That is the reason we cannot see through our naked sense organs. Because when it's beyond space and time means is beyond mind, is beyond intellect. That's why we cannot comprehend. So why God cannot be comprehended by mind and sense organs? Here is the answer. So here only the difference between the science and the empirical science and the spiritual science. For them, whatever you try to prove, it has to be seen or experimented through your sense organs. But whereas God is beyond that, that's where we cannot prove, unlike scientific experiments. Now, the whole universe, the source of universe is Aksharam, has been told by the Mundaka Upanishad. So that has been explained, or it is the Guru is trying to make us understand by quoting or by giving three familiar examples. So this is also a very interesting point. So the Vedantic way of teaching, or the Upanishadic way of teaching, is it is trying to teach the unknown from the known. Just like we say, when we are small, our parents or teachers might have taught us addition. 3 plus 5, how much? Now if I ask anyone of you, immediately will say 8. But when we were small, we were asked, okay, you open 3 fingers in your right hand, 5 fingers in your left hand, then start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. Then it was required as upadhi, as a support. Now you don't require. So similarly, so whatever known, using the known examples, the author or the Vedanta or the Upanishads is trying to teach the unknown, which is the self or the God. Now, the first example they are speaking of spider and the silk, spider silk, they say, means, what do you say, spider web. Then the second example is the earth and the plants and trees emerging from the earth. The third example, the human body and the hair, which has been grown on our head and on our body, etc. Now, before getting into it, this already has been discussed in the Tattvabodha Parokshanubhuti classes. Just I will make a mention, I will go. There are two causes, important causes according to the philosophy. One is material cause, that is Upadana Karana, and the other is efficient cause, Nimitta Karana. For an example, there's a beautiful earthen pot. So what is the material cause? Clay is the material cause. Clay is the Upadana Karana. So what is the efficient cause? Nimitta Karana, the potter. So that you should understand. Now, in the first example, the author is telling that the spider with his own saliva, whatever has been prepared or created in his own its body, from that it is producing the silk, spider silk, which is called spider web, which is a known example for all of us. We know that spider, how beautifully it creates its web. Thread-like structure will be there, and how it is producing, it is not collecting any materials. Unlike potter has created a raw material called clay, with the help of clay, he prepares a pot. Without clay, he cannot create a pot. He needs raw materials. But whereas in the spider case, it doesn't need any raw material. Whatever it produces from its own body, and it creates the spider web. So if you take the web, the spider web as the effect, karya, what is karana? Karana is what? Spider. Okay. So then material cause or the efficient cause. Who are the efficient cause and material cause here? Yes, nimitta karana, efficient cause is spider. We all know that because spider has created the spider web. It is the efficient cause. What about the material cause? From which material it has used and it has created the web? It has from its own body it has created. That means the spider is the efficient and material cause for the spider web. So this is one of the unique and wonderful example. So, and we should also probably appreciate the power of observation of the rishis. This type of examples we don't get many in our creation. So the spider is the efficient cause and spider is the material cause also for the spider web. Similarly, the Aksharam or the Brahman is the efficient cause and the material cause for this whole universe. Now I have created a beautiful house. I constructed a beautiful house. How did I construct? I used bricks, I used cement, and etc. So without raw materials, I cannot build an house. I got built it or I have built it house. I am the efficient cause. What about the material cause? Bricks and cement, wood, all these things. Whereas from this example, the author is our Vedanta or Upanishads is trying to tell that the Brahman is the efficient cause, is the creator, and the material is what? He himself. And strictly speaking, the material cause will be Maya here. So the Ishvara or Aksharam is the material cause and the Aksharam is the efficient cause also. Now if you see the empirical science, it says that matter is the cause of the universe and the Vedanta is saying that the consciousness is the cause of the universe. What a fundamental difference between empirical science and the spiritual science. Now, and the second example the author is trying to tell is like the trees and the plants and saplings, shrubs, herbs, everything is been grown. Grown from where? From the earth. Now, if you go and deeply think about these examples, every example has got a wonderful philosophy to teach us, actually, wonderful idea. So in the first example, we came to know that the spider is the efficient cause and the material cause. So again, these examples we have to take in very contextually. Otherwise, what happens if there is over imagination, oversimplification? People may land at saying that, oh, God is like a big spider. There can be some stories. So God like a big spider, just like spider, from its saliva it does. So he also puts out things from his body or whatever. No, it is only to make us understand God is efficient and material cause. To make us understand, this example is taken. So we should not stretch the examples too much, and we should not oversimplify. Then we'll miss the real meaning. That you have to be very careful. Then now the second is different type of plants, different types of shrubs, different types of herbs, different type of trees, fruits. Fruits trees may be there, poisonous fruits are there, delicious fruits are there, different type of flowers, wildflowers, cactus, plants. All of them are coming out from the one medium which is called earth. Means karanam ekam, karyam anekani. The source of creation, the cause is only one, earth, and there are so many products, effects, which are shrubs, herbs, plants, trees. So here also, God is alone, one. Means God means again, the Brahman or Aksharam is only one, but so many types of beings, so many types of creatures are being emerged from the God. So that is the important philosophy has been taught from this one simple example. Why? Because from one cause, only one effect can come generally. If you sow the mango seed, you will get mango plant only, not the neem plant or neem tree. And similarly, if you sow the neem seed, only neem tree will come. So cause and effect, if you see, from one cause, only one effect can come. Like tiger can produce only one more tiger. Lion can produce one more lion only. Lion can never produce tiger. Tiger can never produce lion or vice versa. But whereas from the earth, all are coming out, all are getting emerged out. So from one karana, so many karya, so many effects are coming. So similarly, manifested and unmanifested beings or things, everything has been emerged from the one karana, which is called Aksharam or Brahman. So to make us understand, that idea has been taken. So the third example is, this again simple example. Now hairs are growing, we are growing and we cut it, trim it. And of course, in my case, I will shave. And we get nails also, we get cut, keep on, we cut it. Of course, sometimes people have got some bad habits with have a long nails, which is unhygienic. That is different. So the hairs are grown on my head and on the body also. All of us we have got. And it is same with many animals, mammals and all. Now these hairs are growing and we are cutting and again it is growing. Now, what does it mean? Here we have got a conscious living being. From conscious living being, the unconscious thing, inert thing, insentient thing called hair is being emerged, has been grown. Okay. So from the conscious being, even the insentient things can be emerged. From Chetana, Achetana can come, has been told beautifully from this one simple example. The Chetana called Brahman or Aksharam or consciousness, from consciousness, even the inert things can come. So the stone can come, the soil can come, the fire can come, or any insentient, not only beings, living beings, sentient beings, even insentient things or matter also can come out, can be emerged out from the Chetana, from the consciousness, from the Akshara. So this wonderful idea has been explained, has been shown to us by this third example from Satah Purushat, from living person, from living being. Here Purusha means it is not a male, it is any being basically. Kesha Lomani, Kesha means the hairs on the head and Lomani means on the different parts of the body. Just like it has come out, so similarly, the world, sentient and insentient things are beings, everything has been emerged from the one Chetana, that is Aksharam or Brahman. Now, so the whole thing, whatever is there, sentient and insentient, matter and the life, everything has been emerged from the one source called Chetana or the Aksharam or the Brahman, we saw in the 7th verse. Now in the 8th verse, the author discusses and he tells that how systematically, how with a gradation in evolution, all these things are getting evolved. For example, if you speak of biological evolution, we say we all from single cellular organism, slowly multicellular organism has been evolved. So earlier all were probably aquatic animals, then terrestrial animals, in between amphibians, then terrestrial animals came into existence, we say. So like that, there's an evolution of beings from different angles, isn't it? So similarly, the whole creation has not happened just at a spur of moment. In a film or in a serial, if you see Brahma or Shiva or Ishvara, he makes something like that, the whole world gets created. So that is, again, it is based on Puranas. That is a simple idea which they are trying to make us understand. So similarly, like that, the whole world, whatever we are seeing now, experiencing this manifested universe, in a spur of moment, or all of a sudden, at a time, simultaneously, they didn't get created. So there is a step one, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So there are gradations, there are evolutions, there are so many steps. So what are these steps has been discussed in the 8th verse. So if you have heard and remember my Tattvabodha classes, then you'll be able to link here. Otherwise, I'll be in, if I say Tanmatra, Panchikarana, then what is that, Swamiji, if you ask, then I'll be in great problem. But only to pacify myself, I will tell, please care of Tattvabodha lectures. You have to listen to my Tattvabodha lectures. Now also you see, important, why Prakarana Granthas are very important, now you'll understand. Because here the author, when he's discussing, he takes it for granted all the basic tenets or basic ideas, basic process of Vedantic thinking. You are already used to it. You are already got into it. That's where they only mention the higher things, or just they hint at actually. So if you remember, or if you have studied Prakarana Granthas, this will all help. Otherwise, it can go above the head or it can be a blank. So if anyone of you who are hearing lectures, who are willing to hear lectures, if you have not heard Tattvabodha, if you have not studied Tattvabodha, my sincere request to all of you is to hear or to study Tattvabodha. Now, order of the universe is explained in the 8th verse. We shall try to see. Tapasa chiyate brahma tatonna tatonnam abhijayate annat prano manah satyam lokaha karma suchamrutam. So when we go to this loka, why we need acharyas, why we need commentators, why we need teachers, you will be able to understand. Of course, I will give the simple explanation. You will not get clarity, I know that. So don't bother. When I go to word meaning, then you will be able to understand. Through the knowledge, Brahman increases in size. From that, food is born. From food evolves prana, then the cosmic mind, then the 5 elements, then the world or worlds, then the immortality that is in karma. Again, definitely everything will be very fishy and very symbolic languages. So here, for an example, stages of creation is explained here. For an example, you sow a mango seed. What happens? Now, generally you try to dig the soil, or you might have just thrown the seed on some ground after eating a mango. Then slowly that seed goes into the soil. So what has been put, or somehow it has collected, it has received the water, sunlight. Then what happens? Inside the seed, inside the earth, soil, the seed first, it gets blotted actually. It gets expanded, it gets blotted. That means what? Still it is a seed only, but it is blotted. It is ready for the evolution. It is ready to become the sapling. So the seed gets blotted, then it breaks, then the sapling comes and it breaks the soil, and you will see that, oh, there's a mango plant. There's a mango sapling. Then it was a sapling with 2 or 4 or 6 leaves. Then slowly it grows. Then small branches can come, 1 or 2 or small. Few leaves are there. Then slowly it will become a good plant, then young tree, then huge tree with full of mangoes. So when you are seeing today mango with full of mangoes, if you go to Ramakrishna Ashrama Basungudi now, probably you'll be able to see a lot of mango trees near prayer hall, near temple. So if you see one mango tree, what was the stage? Someone has sown the seed, from seed to sapling, then plant, then young tree, and now it has become a huge tree, which with so many mangoes. So there, every time there's so many important steps or broad canvas from seed to the tree. Similarly, when Brahman, the world has been emerged out from Brahman, when we say that the whole world, manifested universe, it didn't happen just at a spur of moment, or everything didn't get simultaneously creation. There is a steps. Now, tapasa chiyate Brahma. Brahma means what? Immediately we get confused. Oh, there is a Chaturmukha Brahma. Here it is not Chaturmukha Brahma. Here Brahma means it is a Brahman. So we have to be very careful. Then tapasa, by tapas. Because if you know any vernacular language, Indian vernacular language, this word we know all the tapas means, oh, it is by austerity, by penance. By penance, Brahma, chiyate, he got increased in size. So when you go with a literal translation, if you know basic Sanskrit, and if you go with literal translation, that's how you will be misunderstood. Brahma, Brahman, okay, chiyate, increasing in size, fine. Here tapasa means it is not the penance, it is not the austerities. Here tapasa means it is through knowledge. Through knowledge, the Brahman is getting increased in size. What do we mean getting increased in size? Because they can serial effect, like Vamana became a very huge personality like that. Is that like that a person becomes like a dinosaur or a very huge like a Kumbhakarna? Increase in size means what actually? Here it is only a symbolical representation, means just like a seed gets blotted. Is it like that? No, it is because it's a consciousness. Only that he starts thinking that let me become many. Sokamayata bahusyam prajayayeti. So let me become many. So he thought that, he desired it with the knowledge. The knowledge increased in size. Means he got a desire to create, to emerge as beings and as matter. That's all. Tapasa chiyate Brahma. Then tataha, then annam abhijayate. Food is born. Food means we know what is food. Again here food. Here anna means it is not food here actually. Anna means the universe in the causal state. In the karana avastha we say. Stula, Sukshma, Karana, three states of existence, three types of existence we have discussed. So here Anna means it is the universe or Prapancha in Karani Sthita, in the causal state. The universe in causal state should be understood by the word called Annam. How to understand, for an example? Here it is a source of our strength. When you have got strength only we can work, we can do all these things. So similarly, the source of the creation, which is Brahman or whatever, that is in the form of seed form. That is the causal state. From seed only the tree comes, isn't it? So that the whole world has been emerged as an effect, if you see. Now the Brahman is in the form of Annam, means in the causal state. Then Annat Pranaha. From the Anna, Prana comes. Prana means whatever the life breath we speak. Is it that Prana? Here, no. Here, Prana means it is the life principle or the cosmic mind or Hiranyagarbha. So from the causal state, the Sukshma Avastha, subtle state has been emerged. That is what the life principle, energy principle, or the cosmic mind, or cosmic prana. The sum and total of all the pranas, the sum and total of all the mind is called Hiranyagarbha. So here prana means Prana Devaru. Even if you see in the Madhvacharya Sampradaya, they worship Prana Devaru. The Prana Devaru is of course Maruti there, but Prana Devaru means what? It is a Hiranyagarbha actually. So it is the imminent manifestation. Here the manifestation has started. Whereas in the Annam it is unmanifested state. In the Prana state, it is the manifested state. Basically, the sum total of all the individuals. It is called Sutratma. It is like a thread which is there in between the all flowers in a garland. Similarly, this Hiranyagarbha is the totality of all the jivas, sum totality of minds and prana. That's why it is called Sutratma. Now, Manaha. Annat Pranaha, Prano Manaha. Annat Prano Manaha. Even that also can be taken. From this Anna, Prana and Mana, both have been emerged. Here Mana means it is, again, total knowledge or total intelligence or total mind. Total mind means a total collection of the individual minds, basically. So prana and manas both put together, it is Hiranyagarbha. From the Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha has been emerged. From Karana, Sukshma Avastar, Sukshma things has come, but still it is not possible to see in our naked eyes. Then from Manaha, Satyam. Satyam means what? Truth. We all know that. No. Here Satyam means it is not the truth actually. Here it is, Satyam means it is Panchabhutas. What is this 5 Panchabhutas, Swamiji? Care of Tattva Bodha lecture. Anyhow, this Satyam is, we can understand here, it includes 2 words. Contextually, again, we have to understand Sat plus Yat. Sat means visible elements and Yat means invisible elements. So what are these visible elements? Prithvi, then Jala and Agni will be coming under visible elements, and Yat, invisible elements means Akasha and Vayu. That's a one, classification. And Satyam, the other classification has got 2 states. One is gross state, the other is subtle state. Subtle states, what is the subtle state of Satya? They are the 5 tanmatras, 5 subtle elements. And what is the gross state of the Satya, if you ask? Pancha Mahabhutas. And from this tanmatras, Panchabhutas have come, and the permutation and combination of the Panchabhutas are nothing but the world, 14 worlds. So from Satyam, Lokaha. So from the Satya, from the Tanmatras and Panchabhutas, the 14 worlds, whatever we are seeing, so the whole manifested universe has been emerged from this Satyam, that is Panchabhutas. Then Lokaha, Karmasu. In the Loka, we have got the actions. In action, we say in karma. Actually, it is by karma. By karma, what happens? Cha Amrutam. Amrutam means immortality. So by action, one attains immortality. No. Here, Amrutam means it is karma phala, the fruits of action. So we have to understand. So what the author is trying to tell is, whatever the actions we do, good actions, bad actions. Good actions result will be punya, bad actions result will be papa. So as our actions we have performed, based on that, to experience, to enjoy or to suffer, to experience these fruits of action, you have to keep on taking birth. And whether you experience or not, if you have not experienced your fruits of action, there may be few kalpas, few cycles of creation, but still it will be in the seed form. So when again the creation starts, in the pralaya afterwards, when the creation starts, again, based on your karma phala, again your sukshma sharira comes into picture, and again your life will start. So similarly, the world will start, and individual beings also come into existence. So if you see, from Sukshma Avastha, Karana Avastha, Sukshma Avastha came, from Sukshma Avastha, Sthula Avastha came. So from Maya, actually, if you see from the Vedantic, from the Maya, Pancha Tanmatras comes, from Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Mahabhutas comes, and the permutation and combination of these Panchabhutas are nothing but this manifested universe. So Amrutam means it is not the immortality, it is the karma phala, fruits of action. Still you experience, it stays of how much ever long it may be, but still it stays. So to make that and to make us to understand, the author has used the word called Amrutam. So here 2-3 very corollary items are there. So this karma and karma phala, what does it mean that? So if I am good, if I am happy, if I am lucky, who is responsible? I am responsible. And if my fate is not good, ನನ್ನ ಹಣೆ ಬರ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, we keep on saying that is not because Brahma wrote our ಹಣೆ ಬರ. No, it is our own actions, either done in the present life and in the previous life. So we are the creator of our own destinies. This is one thing we are corollary. Then apart from that, from this angle, one more is there is a power of choice. For animals, for birds and reptiles, they don't have a choice. It has been biologically formed instinctively. So neither they tell truth nor they cheat anyone. But whereas human being can tell truth, and he has got a power to choose to tell untruth, also lie. So the evolution is possible for in us, but not in them. So to create papa and punya, you have to take a human birth. But to experience the fruits of action, it is not that you have to take human birth alone. Any jiva, or any prani, pakshi, anything is okay to experience the fruits of action. So the whole world has been emerged out from the source called Brahman or from the Aksharam. So, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Whatever exists in this world, either manifested or unmanifested, sentient, insentient, atom, small thing, big thing, whatever is there, everything has been emerged from the Isha, from the Lord, from the God, from the Brahman. So the whole world is divine's play. So the God and God alone exists. We are all part of it. The moment we understand it, the moment we experience it, then we can be happy. But the moment when we get separated, the moment we get separated intellectually, even because of ignorance, we suffer. So, how can I be happy at all times? By understanding that I am the part of God, I am that Brahman. So, all this intellectual gymnastics is why to make us understand. We should understand that God and God alone exist, the Brahman and Brahman alone exist, and everything is only superimposition. So the whole world has been emerged out from the Brahman with the help of its Shakti called power, which is called Maya. So Brahman is appearing as many, including Jiva, Jagat, and everything, sentient and insentient. But the efficient and material cause is only Brahman. So let us try to understand, let us try to experience that Brahman or God in every aspect. So when you see that as a personal God or impersonal God, that will become bhakti. When you start trying to see or experience the Atman or Brahman, that will become the part of Jnana Yoga. Yeah. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah. I know the last verse is a bit technical.
See, this thing about karma, amritam emerging is not there in Tattva. This is a
Yeah,
new.
Karma Sucha Amrutam. Yes, you are right. But I think that is a general phenomena, no? Because from karma,
Yeah, it's
Amrutam
very.
is active.
So what is interesting, or at least what I'm not able to understand, is karma as a phenomenon is there, right? Action, but the emergence of it from in creation is very
Okay.
difficult to understand. What does one mean by karma
So
emerging
the
as a?
whole world is sustained by how? Is sustained by our actions. So other
Yeah,
way of looking into the world is sustained by our actions, isn't it?
yeah,
That's the one thing. And second thing, by our actions, knowingly or unknowingly, all of us we are contributing to the cosmic effect, which today we are speaking of. Like there is a temperature rise. Now, for an example, I have cut 10 trees here in my hometown. In my hometown, I have cut 10 trees and also I have put a factory. Well, I have cut only 10 trees and I have put a small factory. What is going to make difference? I may argue, but all of us today, with advancement in science, we know that today, knowingly or unknowingly, maybe not to the larger extent, to the small extent at least, I am also responsible for increasing in the temperature. See, my one small even action, how it is responsible to increase in the temperature or a global warming or whatever. So all our individual actions are also responsible for global warming. So similarly, all our actions are responsible for the sustenance of the world or for the destruction of the world or whatever. So your question got clear?
yeah. I understood the context of what it is coming.
Mhm. Yeah. Any other questions?
Maharaj, Pranam Maharaj, you told that till we realize that everything that then we are still in the seed form. That part, can you, that karma phala. To experience the fruit of action, you have to take birth again and again. So if you are realize that everything is Brahman, then you are free. And until and unless you have realized that you are still in the seed form and you are taking birth, like something like that you have told.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, say for an example, you have done some karmas, good karma, or bad karma, or whatever. Then, for discussion's sake, the world got ended. There was a pralaya, atyantika pralaya. They say there was a big calamity, and the whole world, at least the earth, got destroyed. Since the earth got destroyed, even I also got destroyed. Like I also died. Then, is it the end of my life? Is it the end of my life cycle? No. After 100, after 1,000, 10,000, even 50,000 or 100,000, that is 1 lakh years. Afterwards, if the creation starts, whenever the creation starts, again, the Almighty, that karma, phala, will be in the seed form, in unmanifested state. When the creation starts, all this karma phala are in the sukshma sharira, in the seed form, that will get manifested, and again the life cycle starts. We will start our life cycle again. So from that angle, I said, so when there is a pralaya, all our karma phala will be in the seed form. Then again, when the sushti starts, then again we will take birth and we will continue our life journey.
Okay, Maharaj. Understood. Thank you.
Swamiji, one interesting point you made is because it's a human birth, we have the power of choice, and hence karma or karma phala is only attributed to the human beings. Animals, it is natural; they are essentially not having a power of choice.
Yeah.
So till we come into the human form, and human beings, assuming that emerged after some of these animals, the prime moving is not there, is it? Or how does one? Because this is the first time I'm hearing this interpretation.
Yeah. So it is a yes, very interesting thing. So why did I say that? Like, to accumulate papa and punya, it is possible only in the manava janma, that is in the human birth. To experience the fruits of action, it is not that you need only human birth. Even animal birth is also okay. Or even a bird, or a reptile, or even a shark, or a whale, or a hippopotamus, or lion, tiger, crow, eagle. Any living being, taking a form of any living being, is okay to experience your fruits of action. But to accumulate, to accumulate the papa and punya, we need human birth.
Yeah. Swamiji, can we, you were going to complete?
Yeah. One more thing, then immediately question will come. So human being is the crown of a creation. So when human being only we can create this papa and punya. If, say for example, discussion sake, this is my first birth. As a human being, this is my first birth. Before that, I was so many animals and etc. Then I had not any accumulation. Then how did I take birth of all this? And when I was experiencing all these things, the question may come. So Advaita Vedantin say strictly we don't know, because it is anadi. When it started, how it started, why it started, we cannot say. We only know how to end it. So that's where all our discussions are there. So that's what Vedantins have said, and even Swami Vivekananda says in one of his lectures. So that's all even I can say. If for discussion sake, if this is your first birth, then say before that you had 100 different type of births of animals and birds and reptiles, then you were experiencing good and bad, or happiness, unhappiness, then that karma phala, from where did I get it? If you ask, then definitely we will not have an answer.
So the spiritual science is still a mystery.
Yeah.
Spiritual science is still a mystery. It appears so.
It is not a mystery. It needs some amount of mental exercise and sadhana austerity to make us to understand and to put into practice.
And where is the
Swami,
location of the Sukshma Sharir during this? You said there is a pralaya, and after 1 lakh years, again the creation starts. In between this, where is the location of the Sukshma Sharir?
The location of Sukshma Sharir will be Hiranyagarbha.
Okay, okay, okay.
Swamiji,
Yeah, okay, okay.
oh, are you done? Is it okay?
Yeah.
For Samit's question, when I get such questions, I answer in a scientific way. And tell me if this is okay, Swamiji. The power of choice is nothing but, I would use the word free will. And to accumulate the papa and punya, actually, that is where only humans can do that because of the viveka or the discerning power. If we do not use that vivechana shakti properly and in the right manner, we may accumulate papa or the sin. And then if it is used properly in the right way, then you're accumulating the punya. The animals can experience karma phala even though they do not have viveka because of the instinct. Because of the instincts, the actions do happen, and actions have consequences. So when animals experience the karma phalam, it's because of its instinctive actions, whereas for humans have the capability, not that they will use the viveka all the time. The karma phalam can be experienced either because of the vivechana shakti or not using the vivechana shakti discerning power. Either way, the humans will experience the karma phala. That can be explained in. Is that a?
Yeah. See, yes. To experience, you not to be human being. You can be human being or any animal,
Right.
any being. Yes. But to accumulate the papa and punya, you have to be a human being. Yeah. In general, that's how it is accepted. There are, of course, there are a few other views also, but this is what generally accepted view. So now we have got a human birth. We should finally, the takeaway message is we have got a human birth. So we should make use of it and we should try to get the right things done. That is our responsibility.
But if humans have got a choice for the utilizing the vivek, who is controlling the vivek then?
Yourself.
How it is generated? This thought that I have to attend to this class. Who is generating that thought in my mind?
Your own actions. Actions are creating desires. Actions have created residues, impressions or samskaras. That samskaras are coming in the form of desire. So the desire came from your samskaras. Samskaras were created from your actions. Your actions were created from your thoughts. So all are interlinked. Sometime you thought attending to Vedanta classes is beneficial. Then you attended. Then you might not liked it much. Maybe okay. Then again, a few more times you got a chance to attend. You attended and you, created the taste for this and you were attending classes. So your own actions, willful actions, has created the interest to listen to Vedanta class. Yeah, I believe that's all.